Lord Ram and his brother Lakshmana have been kidnapped. Snatched from their camp by the sorcerer Ahiravan, they are pulled into the depths of Patala, a dimension governed by dark magic and illusions. Ahiravan intends to use the two divine brothers as a sacrifice. He is bringing them to the altar of his underworld goddess to trade their lives for ultimate power. Hanuman immediately follows, infiltrating the underworld. He bypasses every physical guard, defeating his own son, Makaradhwaja, but deep within the palace, the rescue comes to a sudden halt. Hanuman's physical strength, his ability to level mountains, cannot solve this. Ahiravan has engineered a problem that defies the logic of a single physical body. The secret to Ahiravan's immortality is contained in 5 tiny flames. The sorcerer split his life force and hid it inside 5 separate oil lamps. To make himself unkillable, he placed these lamps in the 5 cardinal directions around the chamber. Ahiravan can only die if every flame is extinguished at the exact same microsecond. If even a single candle remains lit, the demon instantly regenerates. A single entity can only face one way at a time. To execute this kill, Hanuman must find a way to exhale in 5 different directions simultaneously. Hanuman manifests the Panchmukhi form. 4 additional divine heads emerge alongside his own, creating a being that exists in every direction at once. This diagram maps the deployment of these divine heads to counter 5 distinct vectors of attack. Each face acts as a specialized node in a defensive sphere. The central node, facing east, is Hanuman's original Varaha face. This face provides the foundational anchor for the transformation, supplying the unyielding courage and physical strength required to maintain the form. Pointing south is Narasimha, the fierce, half-lion avatar of Vishnu. Narasimha provides absolute fearlessness and aggressive protection. His function is the total repulsion of any direct enemy attack. Together, these 2 nodes establish a physical perimeter. They give the being the raw power to fight and the immunity to the fear that the sorcerer uses to paralyze his victims. Facing west is the great eagle, Garuda. Garuda acts as a shield against the sorcerer's more subtle weapons. He provides an overarching watchfulness that neutralizes illusions and toxic influences. Pointing north is Varaha, the divine boar. Varaha represents the grounding element of earth. He serves as a powerful purifier, completely clearing the negative space of the underworld to ensure health and vitality. The final head, Hayagriva, looks upward to seal the defense. Hayagriva represents supreme intellectual victory. By guarding the vertical axis, he ensures the enemy cannot use a lack of knowledge or wisdom to bypass the shield. With all 5 divine heads aligned with the cardinal placement of the lamps, the Panchmukhi exhales. All 5 flames vanish in the exact same microsecond, and Ahiravan's dark life force dissolves entirely. The demon fell because the mechanics of his magic were outmatched by a response that accounted for every possible direction of threat. The threats Hanuman faced in Patala, poison, illusions, and fear, mirror the complex pressures of modern life. Just as Ahiravan's soul split among 5 directions, modern crises like disease, toxic relationships, and financial instability rarely attack us from just one side. In this context, the form of Panchmukhi Hanuman acts as a kavach, an active 360-degree security protocol. Invoking this form provides a framework for resilience. It allows us to identify the specific direction of a crisis and deploy the precise psychological tool needed to counter it. True protection isn't about hiding. It's about deploying a dynamic response that neutralizes a threat before it can breach your internal perimeter. Beneath the complexity of the 5 faces and the specialized weapons, we find the foundational identity of the deity. The ability to extinguish 5 flames and 5 directions simultaneously is a display of incredible coordination, but it is anchored by the quiet, singular focus of Hanuman's base form. Those incredible multi-directional powers are only able to operate because they are driven by a unified, unshakable core of absolute purpose. Invincibility in life comes from having a singular, unwavering focus that acts as the engine for every capability you possess.